Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Theme Park Conductor. I'm your host, Theme Park Conductor. Today, I just wanted to do this live stream and kind of talk about celebrating the fact that I got monetized on YouTube the other morning. That was very exciting news for me because I've been working extremely hard on posting videos and tweets on social media, posting links everywhere. Because if many of you don't know, I do have a full time job and doing filming and editing and posting and live streaming is kind of a hobby of mine, kind of to get away from, you know, work and whatnot and just kind of have fun with it. And I'm so blessed that I was very fortunate to be monetized by YouTube. Uh, I want to give a shout out to them because that's extremely important. I want to give a shout out to all my subscribers, everyone that's followed me, multiple YouTubers that I've collaborated with for ever since I started with my first video on YouTube, which was months ago. Let's see. We already have someone in the chat. Hey, Theme Park Casual. Thank you for joining. I deeply appreciated it. I watched your live the other day. That was really awesome. You're basically saying you're waiting in line at Rise of the Resistance, and you said Disneyland wasn't packed, which I was actually shocked because every time I've gone there, it's just wall to wall people. So I appreciate you joining. Casual. I really do. You and many other YouTubers, like I was just talking about, have been a true inspiration for me to get monetized and to continue the hard work that us YouTubers and influencers and bloggers what we do for people that may not be fortunate enough to go to the theme parks every week or every couple of weeks. Maybe people are less fortunate and they can only go maybe once a month, once every couple months, maybe once a year. So I'm glad us as YouTubers can bring the news to people that can't really go all the time, that enjoy the theme parks and just hearing exciting news. Because with Universal bringing a new roller coaster to the upper lot, which since Super Nintendo World got opened, and even before Super Nintendo World, it's been quite some time before we got an attraction at that theme park. Then over at the Disneyland Resort, you have Tiana's Bayou Adventure happening. That's basically taking over the old former Splash Mountain. You got massive construction in downtown Disney with a whole new area for shopping, dining, all the fun stuff, concert low area. Many of you probably have seen on Twitter and whatnot that there's more construction happening. They're basically doing pretty heavy just maintenance on the monorail. Then you got the former ESPN zone building that's behind construction fences. You got the fourth DVC tower that just recently looks from the front side that it's pretty much done, but I'm sure on the inside they're still working very hard on the backside where they're going to have pool. I'm assuming a pool, maybe a bar, maybe a small little restaurant back there. Who knows? They're still building that. Then you got a new Mexican restaurant that's taking over the former area of Catal. Oh, hey, Bloodmonger. If many of you don't know, Bloodmonger 45, I've known him since high school. He's a great friend of mine. He has a YouTube channel himself. Total Xbox guy. He likes Xbox. I have nothing against it, but I'm a Sony guy. But I'm glad you're able to join us, Bloodmonger, for this. And whatnot. It's been quite some time since I've seen you, and I hope to get together with you soon. Basically, what I was, oh, thank you, Casual. You didn't have to do that, bud. I deeply appreciate that. Um, uh, you know, Again, everyone's got to start somewhere, and I'm very happy that we all live in a time now where the theme parks are evolving. With again with Universal bringing Super Nintendo World to life, then you got the roller coaster that's coming, then possible more, maybe more rides, more attractions, maybe another show, maybe some more lands, um, possibly one, if not two, on-site hotels, which I can't wait for. Because don't get me wrong, if anyone stayed at the Hilton Universal, it's nice. I haven't stayed at the Sheraton next door, but if you stay at the Hilton, it is very nice. But I feel that if Universal had its own on-site hotel where Universal was completely in charge of that hotel, I feel that they can do a lot more bundle packages, vacation packages for guests that maybe don't live in California, or if they do, maybe they want to spend a weekend with the kids, or maybe an entire week at Universal. Because quite frankly, Universal is surrounded by a lot of things um, that are fun to do. Obviously you got Universal, you got City Walk, you got across the way, you got Warner Brothers, which they do a studio tour of their lot. Down the ways, you got Disney Studios. You got what else? You got Paramount close by. You got a lot of things to do in LA, even though I won't get into that because LA's kind of a lot of areas are kind of touchy, so you kind of have to watch out for it. But they do have something that I've always wanted to do, and in the near future, when I'm not doing a Universal trip, they have a Funko Pop store in LA. I would definitely like to check that out. That looks pretty sick. But shout out to Theme Park Casual, not only for gifting me that, but again, like I've expressed in a couple of my videos, he does amazing work. I don't know, Casual. Maybe you can answer in the chat if you finally got monetized or if you're still in the process. I think the only reason I might have gotten processed a little faster is because I have less videos. But then again, I don't know how many videos you have, so it might take YouTube a little bit longer. But if you haven't been monetized yet, Casual, I don't see any reason why you wouldn't. But again, anyone watching this channel, if you like Disney, he's one of the guys to go to watch content, because he's a great vlogger. Great vlogger. Let's see. Oh, okay. So he did get monetized. So congratulations on that, Casual. I'm very happy that you did. Again, all your work that you've done is extremely incredible. Again, I'm sure myself, OG55, and many of the other YouTubers that follow your channel, I'm sure they're just as excited as I am for you. And I hope that you keep up the good work, just like I'm going to keep up the good work. Because I haven't been at Disney lately. I have the Enchanted Key, so pretty much the entire summer I've been blocked out. So that kind of sucks in a way. But I think it's on August the 14th. Somewhere around there, I'm going back to Disneyland to film some content. Hopefully they have a little more work going on Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Tiana's Palace. Fresh Baked. His name's David, but Fresh Baked. He was just out there the other day and he was showing some pictures. It looks like they're almost done with that restaurant. So I can imagine by the end of next month or even early in September, that restaurant will be open. And that might be a good thing just to kind of um, ease people into it, because I understand a lot of people got very upset when Splash Mountains closed out here in Anaheim. I know a lot of people just, they protested about it, and it was a whole big thing. But I'm hoping Disney does it right. I'm hoping that they make the ride, especially the animatronics. From what I heard, they're adding more animatronics. They're gonna keep some of the animatronics they had from Splash Mountain, but hopefully they update them, because it seems like a lot of them were breaking down and falling apart. So I'm hoping that they update those. But basically, in the nutshell, it's still Splash Mountain, but basically it's reskinned the Tiana's Bayou Adventure. So I'm really hoping that Disney really, makes it a great ride, because I would hate to see them turn Splash Mountain into Tiana's Bayou Adventure and it's not great. I would really hate to see that. So I'm hoping they really do a wonderful job on that. So that's something I think I can not speak for everybody, but speak for a lot of people. Um, uh, are hoping the same thing, and it's just again, it's like I talked about in OG 55's video a week or two ago, because I think he's still in Orlando, or he's getting ready to come back from Orlando. Some of the decisions Bob Iger was making are questionable. It's kind of a wait and see game, so I'm hoping that they don't mess that up, because I don't think the Walt Disney Company, especially Bob Iger himself, does not need more criticism against him and the company. So I really hope they do it right. And again, Bloodmonger, really good friend of mine. Thanks so much for giving that shout out. I deeply appreciate it. Again, I've known him for, gosh, I think I've known him since 2006. That's how long I've known Bloodmonger 45. He's a great guy. Like I said, he has a YouTube channel, so definitely check that out. Thanks again, Bloodmonger. One of the things I do want to bring up, since this is just a live, and we're talking about Disney, we're talking about Universal. I want to kind of jump into Universal for a second, and again, post in the comments if you want me to bring up something you heard about either theme park. I am more than happy to put it on screen for you guys. But right now, I'm going to put something from Universal. That we've gotten some updates as of today about the future side of the roller coaster and what they're doing to prepare to start building the roller coaster. So let me show that on your screen now. Give me 1 second here. Let's see. Let's do that. Okay, here we go. As you guys can see here, this is the tram route right here. This is what you would normally take, and you still do take it when you get on the studio tour and you're going down. This is right before you hit the fire station. This is the fire station right here, right in the corner. Just recently, they put up these construction fences and barriers, and as you can see on this side compared to this side, they have the timeline posters for movies. Well, on this side, they've actually removed them, and I'm pretty sure it's only temporary. It's not going to be gone permanently. But a lot of these trees sorry to say, in bushes and whatever else is over here is going to be removed due to the coaster track coming right through here. So that's why they removed it. And if you look at the other picture, you can see it here behind the former special effects stage, animal actors and production central area. They've laid these out. These are the timelines that belong to that one side. And clearly you can see Universal is taking good care of them. They're not just, tossing them in the dumpster. So, like I said, I think this is only temporary until they remove a lot of the brush down there and trees. I do think it's possible. Again, I can't confirm this, but until they start laying coaster track, I have a feeling these won't return until then. At least until that area is removed, or at least until that area is built of coaster tracks. So that's why these are laying here. But that's something to keep in mind. So if you go to Universal at any point and you see that, you see when you're going down on the studio tour that the left side, like from this picture here, you see all the timelines missing. Just know that they're in good hands, and I don't think they're going anywhere. They're going to be put back once most of the construction is done. So, but we've all as YouTubers, I've said it, Mondo Five Fires, Theme Park Wizard, just a whole bunch of YouTubers that I follow. Basically, they've all said that Universal is ramping this up. This project is coming fast. And I can confirm from a source that I talked to almost a month ago. I ran into the source. I don't want to reveal his name or anything like that because I don't want to get him into any trouble. But more than a month ago, they already had coaster pieces for the new Fast and Furious roller coaster show up on property. So there are pieces of track already on Universal Studios Hollywood property. And there's elements of that ride as well, besides coaster pieces, already on Universal property. So that's something to keep in mind. The fact that that they already have pieces of the track and pieces and elements from other parts of the ride already on site. And we're talking about the manufacturer, which is Intamin, who made the Velocicoaster and a bunch of other amazing rides for the theme parks. Hagrid's Motorbike is another one in Orlando, part of the Harry Potter land. Their production facility where they create all these track pieces and everything that needs to go for a project for obviously a roller coaster. They're in, I think, somewhere in Europe. So you can imagine, how long Universal's been working on this. It's not like they started working on this like 2 months ago. This has probably been going on for over at least a year and a half, if not 2 years. So I would imagine since 2021, maybe somewhere at the end of 2020. That's how long they've been thinking about this. And they probably gave the green light to Intamin probably in mid-2021, if I had to guess. And the rumors didn't start rolling out until 2022. So that's a long time to consider. As we scroll down here, I want to show this. This is some of the pictures inside Universal, which is basically the theme park's social media page to a point. You can see here from the overlook, and this is behind Super Silly Funland. You can see the dirt here. They've cleared all three of those buildings. There's only very little debris here. Let me see if, there we go. There's a closer picture. It's a huge dirt mound right now. You got some concrete here. You got some leftover debris, which doesn't look like much to me. So I can only imagine it would only take another probably dump truck or something like that just to remove the remnants of that. But as you can see in the background, you got crusty land here. So Springfield. Basically, thanks, Tommy, Toon World. I appreciate it, bro. I want to give a shout out to Tommy real quick. He is a amazing YouTuber. He just started kind of around the same time I did. And anyone not supporting his channel, what I mean by that, subscribing to his channel, definitely subscribe. He has amazing content. He was with me on the opening weekend of Super Nintendo World. He's a great guy. He's actually going to be with me. This is something I'm going to debut, but he's actually going to be with me on September the 7th at Halloween Horror Nights for HHN. So definitely give him a subscribe. Watch his videos. All of his videos are great. He just was in Las Vegas watching the UFC fights, and he has a lot of great content. He just dropped another video about some food that he tasted while he was out there. He did the experience at the Stranger Things experience out there. So definitely give him a follow. He's a great guy, and Bro, I cannot wait to see you in September. I'm counting the days, believe me. I'm counting the days. But like I was saying, though, as you can see here, behind all this dirt and debris and, bulldozing equipment, you can see crusty land here. And this was formerly Back to the Future before The Simpsons took over. Another thing from the source, that I would like to say, basically, is that after I put on the live before, I'm pretty sure of, or some of my videos on the other side of this overlook behind Super Silly Funland. If you go to the other side, they're just finishing up the Creative Campus, and what the Creative Campus is, it's for Universal employees only. They're building new buildings on the lower lot behind, Nintendo to a point, behind, far enough away, and they probably have about over 100 construction people working on those two buildings. Once they do, they're actually going to help with this Fast and Furious roller coaster. And from what I'm hearing from that source, once they finish this, which would take no time once those other two projects from the Creative Campus are done, they are actually going to start ripping into Krusty Land here. And Krusty Land, which is basically the Simpsons area, is going to go away. Basically, the contract's supposed to end with the Simpsons in 2028. And from what I've talked about before, once on OG 55's channel, I've said it on some YouTube videos that I posted. This whole show building right here, where the Krusty Land ride is, basically that whole building is going to get totally demolished because the foundation on it is in rough shape, and it would cost more to redo the foundation on that building than to just rip it out. So they're going to be ripping that building out, which means we're going to lose a ride there. But I'm sure they're going to put another ride there. It's just that show building is going to be gone. Because from what I heard from park officials, Uh, that uh, that show building, that ride only runs at half capacity. It does not run at full capacity. And they've had to remove ride vehicles from that show building. They've had to have what do you call it? They've had to shut down that ride for hours on end, right in the middle of a busy theme park day during the week when it's been super packed, and that just creates a lot of congestion on the lower lot. Because Universal Studios Hollywood is not like Orlando. It's small. It's one park and that's it. And there's only so many rides and experiences you can do. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, I'm hoping that that gets turned into a Universal Monsters Land, or that gets turned into an extension of Harry Potter. I would love to see that. Maybe Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure would be nice, or something. Some speculated with the Fast and the Furious roller coaster going there. A lot of that could be extended to Fast and Furious, like shops, food, restaurants, and all that. But I don't know. I just don't see that. But again, we don't know until announcements start happening, concept art starts happening. Because really, when they start doing concept art, you have pretty much like I'd say maybe, I'm being generous here, I would say like a 50% guarantee that we're probably going to get that, whatever is in the concept art or something close to it. So that's definitely something to look at. But yeah, that's definitely something to look at. Hey, GR Power Coasters, good to see you. I'm glad you can join the live. Glad to see you. If you haven't checked out her channel, she has some amazing content. Pretty much anyone joining this live that has a YouTube channel that I follow has great great content. So definitely check her out. So she was saying that heard in a few months concept art is coming. So when you mean by concept art, Power Coasters, do you mean shops and restaurants for Fast and Furious? Do you mean for some type of Harry Potter thing, or are you meaning maybe a little mini Monsters Land? If you could post in the comments, I'll post it on here, because it sounds like you've heard something. So I'd definitely like to hear that, because again, this is live and we're just speculating here. But yeah, let's see. So heard it from KTLA article for Fast and Furious. Yes. So this is definitely, this land here, or this dirt construction area, it is Fast and Furious. But what I'm wondering is where Krusty Land is, where Krusty Burger and Lardell Donuts, Luigi's Pizza, and Bumblebee's taco truck, is that going to be themed to Fast and Furious? That's what I want to know. If they're going to kind of extend it out, but besides having the roller coaster there, that's going to be Fast and the Furious. If they're going to, if they're going to have restaurants and shops themed of Fast and the Furious. So that's something that I would like to know. Let's see. Bloodmonger says, I hope more Harry Potter stuff comes. Oh, me too. Me too. One thing that I do want to point out, it's been heavily rumored on the backlot where Falls Lake is. And what, if many of you don't know what Falls Lake is, after you're driving through the World of the War sets and you're going towards Jupiter's Claim, off to the right-hand side, you see all sorts of Universal trucks and SUVs and parked there, and then you have a big giant blue screen. That's Falls Lake. Supposedly that's where they want to put Diagon Alley. They want to move the Studio Tour entrance back down to the lower lot, which back in the early days of Universal, they had the studio tour loading area on the lower lot. So if they do that, they've also speculated that the studio tour entrance where it is currently, that's going to be the Hogwarts Express, kind of like almost a replica of what Orlando has, but obviously customized because we're a small theme park and we're an active movie lot, so you can't have the train whistling and all that. So, but something similar to what Orlando has, I would love to see that happen. Let's see. Power Coaster said maybe, but I'm betting the coaster is coming first. Yeah, I guarantee that the coaster is coming first. There's no doubt. Like I said earlier, they already have some of their track pieces and facades already on property for the roller coaster. Like I said earlier, I've talked to a source over a month ago that can confirm this because he works in restricted areas. That he actually knows this type of stuff. So, but I can't go into what his name is, where he works at. It's just something I ran into him one day and I was talking to him about it. But it's already confirmed that track pieces, not all the track pieces, but some track pieces are on property somewhere. I don't know where. He doesn't even know where. But I can assume it's somewhere in the sound stage or somewhere where we can't see it physically. But he has confirmed that there are track pieces on property somewhere. The manufacturer for the roller coaster is actually Intimate. Intimate is actually the manufacturer that made the Velocicoaster in Orlando, and that made Hagrid's motorbike for Orlando as well. So Intimate is the one who's bringing this coaster to Hollywood. But back to this real quick. As you can see, there's more pictures. Let me see. Oh, my bad. Let me go back. So you can see pretty much the whole building's like gone. There's only some, steel here, some concrete here. I would assume probably by the middle of next month, towards the end of the month, is all going to be leveled out, and probably by September, maybe November, we'll start seeing probably the station getting built, possibly. Don't quote me on that, but it seems like they want to move fast on it. So definitely keep an eye out for that. And the best way to look, because obviously you can see right here, they have huge construction fences. So you're not, unless you're 10 feet tall, you're not looking over that. So if you want to check out what the construction looks like, what the site looks like, as you can, because I don't know if they'll block it, but go behind Super Silly Funland, the little water park area. Go behind there and go to the overlook, and go immediately when you get to that overlook, look to the right-hand side, and that's where you can see all that. And then a lot of people are concerned about this sign right here. I'm hoping that they keep that sign, and they should keep that sign. Maybe kind of renovate it, make it, freshen it up. But I'm hoping that they keep the sign or it goes into a museum somewhere in LA. But I'm pretty sure if Universal wants to, keep that sign, they will. I don't think it's going away. I really don't. So that's definitely something to look at. Let's see what else got posted. You got Frankenstein and his bride right there. Oh, this is another thing I want to talk about just for a brief second. So when you're walking into the main gates after you get your ticket scanned or your pass or whatever, oh, that is funny. Let me go back here. Power Coaster says, "Intimate, my amazing Intimate." Yeah, yeah. They do amazing coasters, so I am very happy that they got chosen to bring Fast and the Furious here to Hollywood, especially on the upper lot, and the scale of what it looked like from the blueprints that got leaked on Twitter. It looks amazing. It definitely looks amazing. So I'm super excited. Um, like I've talked about many times before, I would like to see the Mummy show building and the Transformer meet and greet and the Studio Scoop go away and them build the Velocicoaster. I would really love to see that. So I'm hoping that may happen still, but it would be freaking awesome if we can have two intimate roller coasters. Why not a Fast and Furious roller coaster that's already been confirmed and the Velocicoaster? Why not? Um, uh, Power Coaster, she said, "Do you like Intimate? Because I love them. I love them too. You know, even though I've never been to Universal Orlando, and I'm hoping in the future I can go. Um, from what I've seen, you know, video of the Velocicoaster and Hagrid's motorbike, I am super stoked and super happy again that they are building the Fast and Furious roller coaster to Hollywood. I am super excited about that. I cannot even tell you. Uh, uh, Let me see. She just posted some. She also said no Velocicoaster is too perfect for confirming. Oh, you're absolutely right about that. I think that would just if that replaced the Mummy on the lower lot, that would just add more excitement. You know what? Hollywood would be. They would. I don't know. I don't know if they would blow Disneyland out of the water, but they would be pretty close if they once they bring the Fast and Furious roller coaster. If they bring Velocicoaster and replace it, you know, demo the whole area of the Mummy Show Building, Studio Scoop, Transformers Vault, Transformer Meet and Greet, and they put the Velocicoaster there, then you're talking about possibly bringing the Donkey Kong expansion. Oh my gosh, my head's spinning thinking about that. I kid you not. My head is spinning. My head is spinning. Uh, but you know, uh, wait and see on that one. Wait and see on that one. And then the reason I have this picture pulled up, so as soon as um, you go into Universal Studios Hollywood, you get your ticket, scan your pass, whatever. You get in and you're going down the main path. As many of you probably have been to Universal. As you're walking down, this is immediately on your right hand side as you pass. It's right across the way from the Starbucks that's on the left hand side of this, and then you got the big tower, which is kind of off to the right over here. It's the tower where it's kind of like guest services to a point for the passes. This building right here was part of the New York Street building. Back in the day, I heard this was like a little mini candy shop. It wasn't anything special, but this was like a little mini candy shop. And for years, this was just a facade, just like this was. And then usually up here in the two windows, you got two actors that not like Hollywood actors, but actors that will kind of talk to you and whatnot. They have the New York accent. But this is now, from what I've been hearing, this is going to be like a mini cafe, which is really, really cool. It's just another food location for theme park guests. So I'm very happy that Universal is doing that. But uh, yeah, I'm super excited with all the changes and updates and things that they're bringing to Universal. I'm just super excited that they are bringing that. And then I wanna pivot for a minute and talk about talk about the Disneyland Resort for a little bit. But let's see what she said. They already are for me. Anyone who builds me a giant intimate will go on my favorite list. Hey, you're telling me. I know a lot of people weren't excited about Fast and Furious coming to Hollywood because of the last two attractions they've had at Hollywood. One is that kind of dancing car thing that on the studio tour you pass by now that's completely abandoned. The other one that is, I don't personally love it myself, but it's after I just said it earlier, Jupiter's Claim. As you're driving through Jupiter's Claim, you have the Fast and Furious Supercharged. Yeah, not too many people are kind of happy about that anymore. Yeah, you get people on the tram every so often that gets excited and claps for it, but I don't know. I feel that I would love that whole building to go and that whole area with Falls Lake. I heard Jupiter's Claim is going to get removed after this HHN season, and that Fast and Furious building, show building, get rid of all that and build freaking Diagon Alley. You know how many years people out here in California and people that go to Hollywood would love to see a Diagon Alley down there? There's room for it, and there's no reason why they can't bring Diagon Alley. They need to bring it. I can't see why they wouldn't. They need to bring it. I'm telling you, it's an absolute must. Let's see. Let's see. Supercharged is okay, but not that fast or furious. Yeah, it's an okay thing, but you know, with the roller coaster coming, that building that supercharged, there's no purpose for it anymore. Like I was just saying, I'd rather that whole area be Diagon Alley. To be quite honest with you, power coasters. I would like to, you know, I would think with the roller coaster being built, that supercharge is going to either get rethemed to something else, or it's just going to be completely removed and leveled to the ground and just made way for Harry Potter, you know, Diagon Alley and stuff like that. That's what I would like to see. She also said, what is your bet that the family OS said at least once on Hollywood Drift? You know, that's a good question. Again, my bet on that, probably 40%. I'm going to give it 40% because I've heard nothing but complaints about that attraction, about Supercharged. Sometimes you almost feel like you want to put earplugs in your ear because it's loud at times, and it hurts my ears sometimes. And it's not something I like to say personally, but sometimes it feels like the speakers are just way too loud, and it's just I don't know. I would like to see that go. That's just my personal opinion. I can pretty much spend all day talking about how I would like to remove it and do all this, but personally for me, just to put a nail in it, I would like to see Supercharge go on the studio tour and either retheme it to something else or just completely get rid of that show building. That's what I'm thinking. Bloodmonger, yeah, he has to go. He has some things to take care of. Again, Bloodmonger, thank you for joining the live stream, and I hope to catch up with you soon. But another thing I want to talk about is some things at the at HHN. A new speculation map just dropped. I think it was either yesterday or the day before, and I want to bring that up right now. So let me bring that up real quick. Give me 1 second here. Um, okay, let me see here. Okay, let me just bring this down a little bit. Okay, so let's talk about this for a minute. This is something I personally would like to know. What do you guys think about this? You know, that this is something that I'm trying to figure out myself, per se. Um, Stranger Things 4 just got announced for the event probably about a week and a half ago, if that. So that looks pretty cool. They're going to have Vecna. If anyone watches Stranger Things 4, Vecna is one of the villains in that season. So it looks really interesting. Another one is The Last of Us. And I know there's a TV show out about The Last of Us, but it's not going to be based off that. It's going to be based off of. Uh, it's going to be based off of. How can I put it? Off of the video game that Sony has been a part of for over a decade, and I'm super excited. So we're a lot of people are like, oh yeah, I'm excited for it because I feel like if they want to base it off the TV show, yeah, in theory they would have said, oh yeah, we got most of our ideas from the TV show, but in all reality, they're getting their basis off the video game. So I'm glad they confirmed, John Murdy confirmed that it's going to be based off the video game. Another thing is this right here. Um, this is on the upper lot next to the plaza, the Universal Plaza, and Mel's Diner. That's what this one is on the upper lot. You got Evil Dead Rise, which is basically taking over the former Walking Dead attraction building. As many as you probably well know by now, the Walking Dead attraction closed down years ago. This was right before COVID happened, and it never came back. So it's been an empty show building ever since. So Universal pretty much uses that as a permanent HHN location. They change it up each year. It's not the same, but they use that location as a permanent Halloween Horror Nights location. The next one we got is Terror Tram Celebrities. That's something that we were wondering. So Celebrities is going to be on the Terror Tram. So I wonder what that's going to be. And there was people posting on Twitter, social media, Instagram, all that they've already started construction on the Terror Tram. It's already getting built because they don't have when you're driving past the Bates Motel, they don't have Norman right there with his vehicle pulling the body out of the hotel room. I think they moved him up to the house, the Psycho house above the Bates Motel, so they could build the walkthrough for the Terror Tram. The next one, this and Chucky, right here, they are on the back lot, kind of like the backstage area. You actually pass this area on the studio tour as you're just about to get off the tram. There's a little area behind the Curious George parking lot. This is where the Universal Studios Monster Paris is going to be, and Chucky. And I know we've had Chucky before. I don't believe as a maze, more like a scare zone or on the studio tour a couple times. But he's actually getting his own house this year. One thing is It's going to be based off the TV series, the new TV series on Sci-Fi and USA Network. They're about to debut their season 3 in the fall, so definitely check that out. And then you're going to have something called the Megan Roaming Horde. So I'm assuming it's going to be something where they're going to have Megan dolls running around, dancing and whatever they do. I did see that movie. It was kind of weird. But yeah, that's what this is. So that's the current speculation of what we're looking at. One thing I did post on Twitter and I posted on Threads, basically, uh, they actually just finished the script for The Purge 6. That's something that they just finished the script and they're going to be starting production very soon. So definitely, I could see The Purge coming back maybe next year or the following year of HHN. Who knows? It could get a house, or it could be part of a terror tram, or it could be a scare zone somewhere. Who knows? But that's something to look at. They also this year they're having the new The Exorcist maze, which is right here. This is on in the sound stage. Holidays in Hell is right behind Transformers. That this house has come in the past. So I don't know how much is going to change that, but this is come The Exorcist. That's come the last couple times, which is kind of odd because it's like, okay, how many times are you gonna literally do that? But yeah, these are returning mazes. Um, Chucky is returning, but as a house, which I think is the first time Chucky's been a house. It's always been a scare zone or part of the studio tour, or yeah, or terror tram. And stranger things have come before, but from a different season. So this is going to be based off season 4. We've never had The Last of Us, whatever this maze is with the owl. And then you got Evil Dead Rise. I don't remember offhand because I've only been going to the event since 2016. If they've had Evil Dead Rise. So that's something to look forward to. But yeah, that's your current speculation map. As of the other day, this is what it looks like. One thing I do want to talk about a little bit, and give me a second here. This is something that broke. I wouldn't say broke the internet, but a lot of people were kind of excited and confused at the same time. So I'm definitely gonna go into this a little bit. Let me screenshot this real quick. This right here. Okay. So let's just talk about this for a minute because this got posted all over the news, all over social media. This right here. 3 more Disneyland restaurants to serve alcohol for first time being in September. Alcohol updated menus at Disneyland beginning on September the 12th. So you definitely know that day is going to be packed. It basically says Carnation Cafe on Main Street, Riverbell Terrace, and Frontierland, and Cafe or Cafe or Orleans in New Orleans Square will all begin serving wine, beer, and specialty cocktails that day. They will also be introducing new food options and additional specialty beverages for those who do not drink or are too young. So that's something interesting. They are planning on bringing not only alcoholic drinks and new food items, but they're also going to bring non new alcoholic drinks for people that don't drink or people that are too young. So that's really great of Disney to do that, because I kind of feel that if they only just brought alcohol to these three restaurants at the Disneyland Resort, it would kind of, don't get me wrong, they would be targeting a huge demographic of audience and park guests. But on the other hand, there's a lot of park guests that either don't drink at all or are too young to drink. So I'm glad Disneyland is definitely considering that. It also says, too, Disneyland has not yet released the full updated menus, but the Riverbell Terrace will be launching a brunch offering and new items such as a roasted summer squash and a barbecue burnt ends pasta. That sounds interesting. New drinks will include a wild berry mule, which is alcoholic, and a Mississippi mud pie. That sounds really interesting. Carnation Cafe will offer a new veggie skillet, Walt Disney's chili cheese omelet plus Bloody Mary that's alcoholic, and mimosa options with breakfast. For lunch and later, a peach pie margarita alcoholic and orange cream soda will also be offered. Well, I like orange cream soda. That's one of my favorites. Got some pictures of Oga's Cantina and Galaxy's Edge. Basically, it goes to read, Disneyland was a historical dry park with the exception of the private Club 33, which, if many of you don't know what Club 33 is, I've never been to it, but just to belong to it, it's like $100,000 to join, and that doesn't even guarantee you to be part of it. You get put on a list, and if you are, or how can I say this? If you get chosen to become part of Club 33, it's a lot of money each month or annually, so definitely keep that in mind. But basically it says, which first opened in 1967, Oga's Cantina in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge was the first public access location I know it doesn't say this, but inside Disneyland to serve when opened in 2019. Guests are not allowed to carry alcoholic drinks out of the bar. So if you're drinking in Oga's Cantina, they won't let you leave with the alcoholic beverage. So just keep that in mind. This was followed by Blue Bayou Restaurant, which added wine, beer, and cocktail to its menu when it reopened in 2021. And then it goes to say Disney California Adventure and Downtown Disney have several restaurants and bars that serve alcohol. But this is a new thing for Disneyland. Because like I just read, the only two places, the first place that only served alcohol in Disneyland was Club 33. And then when they opened Galaxy's Edge, they had Oga's Cantina, which served alcohol. Now they're bringing 3 different restaurants inside Disneyland that's going to also serve alcohol. So it's not going to just be basically one public location. It's going to be 4 public locations. So that's something to look forward to. Basically, it keeps saying in Florida, Magic Kingdom was also a dry park for decades until the opening of Be Our Guest, where Disney couldn't resist serving wine. Since then, liquor rules have been much looser at Magic Kingdom, with drinks available at most table-served restaurants now. Disneyland has remained stricter about it semi-bans. What do you think of Disneyland offering alcoholic beverages at more locations? Are you curious about the updated menus? Let us know. Well, that's exactly what I'm going to ask. I'm asking all of you, what do you think about that? Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think it's not a good idea to have alcohol at 3 more locations? Because, like I said earlier, the only public location right now, as it sits, is Oga's Cantina and Galaxy's Edge. And when you're in Oga's Cantina, which I'm sure it's going to be the same with these restaurants, you have to drink it inside that location. You can't just go walk around with it. So that right there is something something to keep in mind, because it's alcohol. In my personal opinion, I don't drink myself, but from what I've heard, especially with the hot weather we're having, alcohol is not really the best thing to be drinking. And the hot sun, it kind of dehydrates you, from what I heard. So, I'm glad Disney is trying to loosen the grip on the restrictions. But personally, if I'm sitting there driving home, and I live probably about an hour and 20 minutes from Disney, depending on traffic. So, me personally, I probably wouldn't buy a beer or something, or an alcoholic cocktail, especially knowing that I have to drive home. That's also something to look at. But again, I'm glad the Disneyland Resort is trying to loosen the grips on their restrictions. So I'm happy about that. I'm happy about that. One thing that I'm gonna look at here. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna look at current construction photos. Let's see, current construction. Pick photos of downtown Disney. Let's see. Oh, let's see. That was posted. Trying to find something that's recent and not something that got posted the other day. Let me see something. Hold on, give me 1 second here. Let's see. I think Fresh Bake filmed something, but let me see. Okay. Here's part of a video he did. I'm going to play it for you guys. Let me know if you can hear it or you can't hear it. But I'm going to play this video for you, okay? Okay, let me share the screen here. Give me 1 second. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to play this for you guys. David kind of went over what's happening in the downtown Disney construction progress. So, and again, if you haven't checked out Fresh Baked, definitely do so. He does a lot of Disneyland videos, and he does a lot of lives from his studio at home. He does occasionally go to Universal Studios Hollywood. So definitely check out his channel. He's a great YouTuber. I've met him multiple times. Great guy. But yeah, let me play this for you guys, all right? So I'm gonna kind of skip until he gets to the downtown Disney construction. So give me 1 second. Da, 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 da. Okay, here we go. He's gonna show it right here. There we go. Give it 1 second. Come on. Come on. It's got to catch up to itself. Sorry about that. Trying to get the video to work for me here. There we go. Oh, oh, it's having there we yeah, that's the former control area. Oh, it's having some issues. There we go. I talked about this earlier. So let me see if I can click back on this real quick. There we go. So as you can see, this whole area here that David from Fresh Baked is showing you, um, before this became a construction site, this was the former home of um, Earl's Sandwich, the AMC Theater. You had on the back side here, um, you had some, I guess it had something to do with the Disney Vacation Club at one point. But pretty much there were stores that didn't get really used anymore. So that cast members used them as how can I put it? Um, they used them as storage for downtown Disney. So that's definitely something to look at. But yeah, this whole area here, you can see how massive this is. It's humongous. But yeah, this is an aerial photo that someone gave David from Fresh Bake, probably from one of the DVC towers. So I just want to give a shout out to whoever that was. Great aerial photo for not only Fresh Baked, but for everyone to see. So I'm going to continue the video. He's going to talk about some more construction of downtown Disney. So that's kind of a laughing joke to a point. Like you saw from Fresh Baked earlier, just like a couple minutes ago, you saw this building right here. It kind of does look like a Best Buy. Not gonna lie. You know the other aerial photo that he showed in his video. Yeah, it kind of does look like a Best Buy. Um, Even when the monorail was operating, because you can see the monorail track right here in the background. When you're passing right behind this building, it does look like a Best Buy. And even in the concept art, it kind of looks like a Best Buy. But right now, you can see this, the guitar pick. That's what he's talking about, which is actually this right here. This is where the band's going to be performing. I'm not sure what this guitar pick might be, what that area will be, but right behind this guitar pick, you can see where the grass area is going to be. And then this, where he's referring to the Best Buy type looking building, it's going to have multiple shops in there. So that's something to look forward to. Sorry about that. In 1 second. But definitely post in the comments down below what you guys think so far of what David's reporting for downtown Disney, and what is what's going to be coming to that whole dirt lot. So I just want to comment again on this part of the video. Um, the ESPN Zone building, which used to be ESPN, it almost used to be like a almost like a Dave and Buster's, but ESPN themed. They had a area supposedly in that building at one point in time when the building was ESPN and it was operational. It was a restaurant, kind of a restaurant bar type thing. Um, they did a couple of uh, news reportings in there, like they had people from ESPN broadcasting in there, and it was kind of cool. But it just I don't know why they decided to close it, because ever since they closed it, and it's been closed for at least probably I don't know, more than 5 years. Um, it's just been a giant show build or a giant empty building, which is kind of sad. Like I said, I kind of liked ESPN Zone. I went in there once or twice, and I thought it was really cool. With they had the TVs, they had the arcade, bar, restaurant. It was all themed to ESPN. It was really cool. I thought it was really cool. Just recently with the construction, they've had the at home store in there, or not the at home store. The Wonderground Gallery was in there, and one little small portion of it. They've used it for other things, but I don't know. I think it's kind of a waste to have that building just sitting there if they're not really going to do anything with it. And it's kind of sad. But a lot of people are trying to speculate what they're doing by ripping up the concrete here, like David's showing you. But yeah, I'm kind of curious what they're doing here. So let's continue the video. So, I wanted to share that video with everyone watching this live stream tonight. Um, like I said, like David was saying, a lot of new things are coming to downtown Disney. Um, Couple big restaurants are coming. One of them is a high end Japanese restaurant. Din Tai Fung is coming to downtown Disney, which I've never eaten there, but I've heard that it's extremely hard to get into for reservations. So that's definitely something that's going to draw in crowds. That restaurant, they're bringing up Portos, and supposedly they're going to have another permanent location for Earl Sandwich, because where Earl Sandwich is right now is where actually Portos is going to be. So that's definitely a good thing, because a lot of people love Earl Sandwich. I ate there once. I thought it was pretty good. But Portos, I've eaten a couple times when I was in Anaheim. I stopped in there because I've heard nothing but great things about it. So I wanted to give it a shot, and I thought it was a really good place to eat. So I'm glad that's coming to the Disneyland Resort in downtown Disney. But yeah, it's just between both theme parks, Universal Studios Hollywood and the Disneyland Resort. You know, I'm super excited to see what else could possibly be coming to both theme parks um, in a matter of 5 years. Because probably many people know by now, LA is getting the Olympics back in 2028, and that's going to bring a lot of people to the LA and Orange County and possibly Riverside County areas, possibly even Ventura County. So it's going to bring people not only from all over the United States, but all over the country in the state of California. So it's going to be great for the theme parks. And I'm not just trying to talk about Universal and Disneyland. I'm talking about all theme parks. So Knott's Berry Farm, you got Six Flags, you got many other theme parks and even water parks that are in that area. That's going to be great when the Olympics show up. So it's definitely a great sight to see. Universal, I feel, might have a little advantage in a way, because a lot of the Olympics are going to be closer to Universal because of the Coliseum and then the Olympic Village. Um, I obviously I wasn't around when the Olympics came in the 80s, but one good note is my dad was he went to that, and he had a lot of fun, and I'm really hoping that I can go this time around and definitely take it in, because I've never been to an Olympics before. So this will be a first time, and I plan on going to the Olympics, at least a couple of the events. So I'm super excited about that. Um, One thing I would definitely recommend, if you're planning on going to Universal, or you're planning to be in the LA area to either see some of the Olympic Games, or if you're just in LA, period. Just I know it's a couple years down the road, obviously, but just try to get in your mindset that you know LA is already congested as it is, and then bringing the Olympics here is just going to create more congestion, not only at Universal or Disneyland, but just everywhere and anywhere surrounding LA. It's going to be a little chaotic, a little hectic. So just try to bear with it. Try to be respectful to people. Because it's going to be a lot of people out of the state, out of the country, that are going to be in LA for the Olympics. So definitely keep that in mind. Um, One thing that I personally want to say on a personal level is that I again, like I said at the beginning of the live stream, I am extremely fortunate to have the opportunity to be monetized by YouTube, to be recognized as part of the program, the partner program, and to keep putting out great content for all my subscribers. And just, again, like I said earlier at the beginning, this is a hobby for me. I do have a full-time job, but it's something I enjoy. It's a enjoyable hobby that I have, that I am so glad that I myself can provide news and videos and content for people that can't go to the theme parks every other week or a couple times a week or something like that, because not everyone has the opportunity. So I'm glad that I could do that for you guys, and I'm glad that I get to see these theme parks evolve over the years, because I remember vaguely, but I remember, like with Universal, when they had uh, Back to the Future, they had they had what was it? They had Terminator. They had all sorts of things there. So I remember that. And then the Disneyland Resort, just some of the things they had, and it's truly an honor to see these theme parks evolve. It's truly an honor to be recognized by YouTube for the accomplishment that I have done, and it's truly an honor, in my opinion, that I've been helped just with suggestions and tips from YouTubers that have been doing this a lot longer than I have, that have been great help. And the people that I'm talking about, that I personally want to recognize is Fresh Baked from the video you just saw. David, he's a great guy. Like I said, I met him multiple times at Universal, once or twice at Disneyland. He's a great guy, puts out great, wonderful content. Definitely subscribe to his channel. If you like everything Disneyland news, he's on top of it. He's a great guy. Another person that actually was my very, very, very first subscriber when I started my YouTube channel months and months ago. His name is Theme Park Wizard. Um, and I got to know him by meeting him at Universal. I met him before Super Nintendo World was officially open and built. But he's a great guy. I've talked with him a lot on Instagram chats. Just getting helpful tips and suggestions from him, because he's been doing it a lot longer than I have, and he's a great guy. Definitely subscribe to Theme Park Wizard. He puts out wonderful content, a lot of Universal content. I think he has plans in 2025 to try to make it to Orlando for Epic Universe. So I'm happy that he's doing that, because he's never been to Orlando either. So I wish him luck on that. And if you want to show him support, definitely check out his content, subscribe to his channel. And I think he has a membership program as well. Definitely consider checking that out. And he has an online store with some of his own personal Theme Park Wizard merch. So definitely check that out. Another person that is a huge influencer, his name is Mondo Five Fires. I met him before the pandemic. I met him, I believe it was either my first or second year going to Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights, and that was either 2016 or 2017. I met him. Another friend of mine, I've known since grade school, since elementary school, and he actually introduced me to Mondo. And Mondo's a great guy. I can't say enough about what accomplishments he's done. He's done so much for not only his community, um, keeping everyone informed on not only just Disneyland, Universal, Knott's Berry Farm, Six Flags, but just on movies and um, Halloween Horror Nights. He does a lot, and he just had a baby not too long ago, and he's a great person, and I have no doubt in my mind he's a great dad. And with his busy schedule and what he can provide for his Five Fires community, I have to say it's it's incredibly inspiring. And I took a lot of influence from him um, to start my channel, because before I was even considering creating a channel, especially a theme park channel, I took a lot of inspiration by watching him, do live streams and videos on both theme parks, on the Disneyland Resort and Universal, even Knott's Berry Farm, which has come a long way. And if many of you don't know about Knott's Berry Farm, they are actually celebrating their 50th anniversary this year. So Mondo has been covering a lot of that, because they are doing a lot of construction in Fiesta Village, reimagining that. They're completely redoing Montezuma's Revenge, and I'm not talking about a refurb. I'm talking about literally redoing the whole ride system. So that's going to be down for at least another year or so. And then what Knott's is going to be bringing for the Halloween season to celebrate the 50th anniversary is absolutely incredible. So definitely check out his channel. Like I said, he's a great guy, great YouTuber, great blogger, and I wish him the absolute best, because again, it's a lot on his plate on what he does, and for the amount of content and posts, not only on YouTube but Instagram and Twitter and just any social media he's part of, is just absolutely incredible what he does. Another YouTuber that I haven't personally met myself. Well, technically I have met him, but not like, face to face. Like, he's been a scare actor for the last 10 years at Universal Studios Hollywood for Halloween Horror Nights. And I think this year he's going to be doing it again for his 11th season. So I have to give him a round of applause, because in order to do what some of these guys are doing, especially like I just talked about with Mondo, just recently having a baby, and the amount of content he still puts out, dealing with that. And then, with Dylan going to, the local theme parks at Knott's, at Six Flags, at Disneyland, at Universal Studios Hollywood. Now he's going to be a scare actor for Universal again for the Halloween season. Then he has some content where he goes to Orlando once or twice a year to film out there for the Orlando parks. Then, he's been to Dollywood, I think. He visits other parks that most YouTubers don't get to visit. So he's another inspiration why I started the channel. And I hope within time I could get better at the channel. I'm hoping that I'm trying to acquire some new equipment to make the videos better and whatnot. So look, stay tuned for that in the future. But a lot of my content, if not all my content, has been shot on my iPhone. So I'm hoping to eventually start using a digital camera, um, and put out better content and whatnot. And another person I do want to give a shout out to, um, OG, Orange Grove 55. He's been another inspiration. He's actually had me on his videos twice, and I enjoyed it both times. And he's actually in Orlando right now. He's going to be back, and I think I'm going to be doing an upcoming video with him pretty soon. I'm not sure what the topics are, but he's another great guy. Just totally down to earth and loves everything Disney and Universal. But he does a lot of Disney content, a lot of reviews. And one thing about Orange Grove 55, one thing I could say about him without a doubt, um, he tells it how it is. He doesn't fabricate the truth. He doesn't, sugarcoat nothing. If there's something wrong, whether it's either the Disneyland or, excuse me, the Walt Disney Company doing something, or Bob Iger, or it's Universal um, or Comcast doing something, he will report it, and he won't sugarcoat anything. He'll just come out straight with the truth, and that's something that I've always tried to do myself. Not only on the channel, but on in life in general. There's a lot of times people, you try to tell them the truth, and you try to tell them as straight as you can, and sometimes people don't like the raw truth, and it's kind of upsetting, but it's what it is. Sometimes, if not all the time, you have to just not sugarcoat and not try to um, add something to a story that actually doesn't exist. That's why I totally respect Orange Grove 55, because when he reports something, it's straight to the truth, and he tells it as it is. And I'm hoping, and I've been talking to him quite often. And I'm going to be back on his channel again pretty soon, and I can't wait for that. One thing I would like to say to, again, all my subscribers, everyone that's following me, not only on YouTube but social media, I just want to thank you for supporting my channel, supporting me, and I will continue to post content as much as humanly possible, whether it's coming from the theme parks or movies or just rumors, speculation, because I like talking about rumors and speculation. I don't just like talking about what's concrete information, because like I was talking about earlier with Universal, bringing Diagon Alley, bringing Donkey Kong. Obviously, that's not official. It's speculation. It's rumored to be coming, but there's no guarantee on that. But I like to kind of think outside the box a little bit, and think about what could come to these theme parks that would make it that much better for not only our generation, but generations to come. So that's something I like doing as well. But again, I just want to thank everyone for joining today's live. I want to thank just everyone that supported my channel. And I do want to say I did post, was it yesterday or the day before, that I was going to release the membership tiers for this channel. I have released them, so you can join paid memberships if you guys like, or you can send me super chats or whatever you guys like. I'm going to leave it up to you guys. Obviously, I'm not going to, press the issue. But if you're watching this and you're not subscribed yet, that would be the biggest help at all. At, at, at the very least, is to subscribe to the channel, because, like I said, I cover both theme parks, and I cover, speculation and rumors about the theme parks, what could be coming, what could be going. Also, what movies, whether it's horror movies or Disney movies, Universal movies coming to the big screens. I do like to debut that on social media. I will be trying to do videos on stuff like that. Like I'll probably do a video coming up when they release the trailer for the new Purge movie that's going to be coming out probably in a year or two. Because it's probably delayed right now because of the writer's strike. But I will be doing a video on that, and then post in the comments if you want me to do a review on the new Five Nights at Freddy video, or I mean trailer that got released. Let me know in the comments if you want me to do a review on that. But I want everyone to have a wonderful night. Stay safe. Stay hydrated, because it's super hot out there during the day. Be kind to one another. And I will see all of you in the next adventure. Probably it's going to be Universal again this Thursday. I will be checking out the progress of the future side of the Fast and Furious roller coaster, and I will be checking out the Creative Campus to see if I see anything, if they're close to getting done on those projects. I'll also be checking up on the Halloween Horror Nights construction, and probably checking out the Jupiter's Claim, because I heard today they started bringing the studio tour back through it again. So what they were fixing, I think it was the road, the concrete path road that the tram drives on. So I'll definitely be checking that out. But everyone, take care, and I'll see you guys soon.